What up, YouTube? Asian Persuasion here. I'm here with my boy Cameron, who just got top 16 or better at the YCS first remote duel YCS. And what deck were you playing, my friend?
I was playing MEKK-KNIGHT Trap ORCUST.
Oh my god. Trap ORCUST MEKK-KNIGHT. All these cards in one deck. This is sick. And what was your record after day two? What'd you get?
So I lost my first round to Shadal, and then I won the rest of the games of Swiss. And then I won my top 32 match, and then I don't know what will happen in top 16.
Yeah, so top 16 has not happened yet, by the way. So
top 16
we don't know if he got first, top 8, top 4. We'll see. It'll be posted when it's resolved, so that way, you know, his deck list ain't leaked or anything. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into it, Cameron. Let's show it off.
So for the MEKK-KNIGHTs, we run 3 purple and 1 blue. Purple is the heart and soul of the deck. It gets to Girsu. And then Girsu just gets advantage, and then blue's just an extender. It's not meant to start off the play, but it's meant to be an extender for the play to get Girsu on the board. And then we play the three Girsu and then the 3 bricks. Girsu basically creates all the value for the deck. I consider it like an Alistair. So you constantly summon it every turn, generate advantage. The first sense for Nightmare, the second sense for Skeleton, and then you just keep on looping these until your opponent runs out of resources.
That's pretty hot. Orcus, and you don't see this no more.
For the last monster, for the last main deck starter, it's Scrap Recycler. Scrap Recycler is just in there because I need one more starter. It's ran over Armageddon Knight because this one can turn to Almirage. So it allows me to summon a purple.
Oh yeah, for the column. Yeah.
It's for the column, yeah. Also the hand drops can summon the column too. But that's the only reason why I choose it over the others. Because I just need one more normal summon to make the ratios work.
Definitely, I like that.
For monster hand traps, we run 3 Ash and 3 DD Crow. DD Crow was subpar because of all the Tri-Brigade I went against. It doesn't do anything versus Tri-Brigade, except for like a super specific scenario where you've imprimed the first one and then they go for the Karas. You can DD Crow the other material engrave that they discard with Karas, and then they can't resolve Karas.
That's hilarious. The only situation that was good, yeah.
And then Ash is just Ash.
Definitely.
For spells, the power spell I chose to run was Power Prosperity, and then World Legacy Memory. So Prosperity gets you to Girsu, gets you to the MEKK-KNIGHT, gets you to your side cards. Just overall, it was better. I didn't like tactics because I didn't want to rely on my opponent at all, and I didn't use any of droplets because I just didn't have them. And then World Legacy Memory was the MVP. Most people don't like it because it locks you into MEKK-KNIGHTs, but you have to think of it as this is a deck that eventually pops off. So I use it as a way to get purple out and then get Girsu, normal summon Girsu, send Nightmare, and then eventually get into my combo because I'm running traps, so I'm not gonna win the first turn. I'm not even gonna win the second turn. I'm here to grind my opponent up.
Yeah, making sure you live a turn.
Yep.
And hopefully come back and start playing Yu-Gi-Oh.
And then 1 Orchestrated Return. It's just another. It's the second search off of your Galatea. It gets you further into your deck.
Definitely.
For traps, we run the Crescendo. Crescendo it's the blowout card. It outs Dragoons, it outs multiple cards. This card will always get Cosmic, it will always get MST'd, but we back it up with other traps. That's starting with 3 Divine Wrath.
Oh god, the old school card, bro. So why do you play this card in general?
So I didn't have droplets at this moment, and it was the last card I was joking with one of the storekeepers here. I was like, I need random traps. He's like, which traps do you need? I'm like, I need 3 Divine Wraths. And he was like, okay. So he just gives me the Divine Wraths, doesn't ask any questions, and I win back to back with them. I'm just like, okay, it's a good card.
I'm the person with Divine Wraths.
Yeah.
Yay for the Divine Wraths.
He gave me the Divine Wraths, and I went back to back wins with it, and I was like, well, I'm gonna keep it in.
It was raw, see?
Yeah.
You didn't ask questions, he didn't think about it twice. He's like,
Divine Wrath, I said, I got you.
Yeah.
oh god.
Yes.
And then we run the better Divine Wrath, which is the strikes. If I could,
I don't know about that.
I'd run 6 strikes if I could, but strikes there, it just overperforms versus the striker matchup versus almost all the matchups. Tri-Brigades, they can't deal with traps, so all the Tri-Brigade matchups, I just 2-0'd them. I just set traps and they just didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
Their Omen only outs one of them, and then I followed up with a blowout card Torrential Tribute.
Oh god, yes. This is amazing card.
Torrential Tribute, and then Crackdown. Ooh. So Crackdown was Storming Mirror Force, but I took out Storming Mirror Force because I figured like the Eternal format decks came back in the middle of the deck construction. So I was like, Crackdown just does way better. It steals the Sunlight Wolf, it steals the Strikers. The Striker matchup came up a lot. And it steals Appo too if they just leave their Appo up. Yeah.
I actually like Crackdown. That's nice.
The meta decks just aren't equipped to deal with back row right now.
Yeah. Especially Drytron, because it's all sitting there until you want to flip your cards.
Yep. And then 3 Infinite Impermanents. It's just best hand trap in the game right now. I didn't main deck Droll because I didn't think Drytron would be that prevalent. I faced 0 Drytron and Swiss. Yeah.
That would have been a good matchup for you though, because Trap Dot deck versus Drytron, good luck, bro. Good luck. So especially with Divine Wrath on Herald. Get that shit.
Yeah.
They'd be so sad.
So for the extra deck, we have 2 Ding and then 3 Galatea. I was always considering adding 1 more Ding. It comes up in like super grindy scenarios, but I ended up cutting it. I just needed more options.
Yeah, more links, more anything else.
IP and Nightmares. These cards, so in the scenario where you're against Tri Brigade, you want to make IP instead of your Dingirsu. In the scenario where you have the Mekk-Knights in hand, there's this combo where you get like, usually you end on Nightmare, but if you have an extender, you can make a Link 2.
Oh yeah.
Or another Dingirsu.
It's kind of sick.
Because it just outs their monster because they're all ignitions. And then we run these two. These two are mainly just prosperity targets. This one only summoned if you have specifically the wand in hand and it gets you back into your engine. And this is a late game card. You do chain blocking with this and it gets you back into your engine because it sets another memory.
Oh yeah, it sets memory, that's sick.
It sets your memory, gets you back into your engine, and then you can do chain blocking. You can make it so when you make access code with this, they can't respond to the non-targeting shuffle, and it just outs a lot of cards.
Yep, that's nuts.
We play the Zeus. So you can run, if you summon Girsu, you can make Galatea and then make Ding, out a card, attack, make Zeus, out the board, and then banish Nightmare to do your Galatea combos.
Oh my god, that's sick.
So this card just overperformed versus Striker versus any deck that would, like, I went against a bunch of Eldritch players and they just couldn't deal with this because like their engine would be dead because they tried to deal with the Ding, and then I just make the Zeus and I just out their whole board. And then the more, these two are the Link ones. Almirage, just to make columns, always banish all Prosperity unless you draw Scrap Recycler specifically.
Yeah.
Or if you have hand trap and a Mekk-Knight.
That's true.
And Link Creepos for the starting combo, but the combo's not that crazy.
But it's always that combo, right?
Yeah, it's always that combo.
We'll show that at
It used to be more relevant versus Dinos, but it doesn't come up anymore. And then the Power 4s, Access Code, and Boral Sword. These never come up because I'm a control deck.
You're back row.
Yeah, if they ever do come up, we're in the late game.
Yeah,
but
you sat there long enough and chilled with traps. And
this only comes up if I'm using the light ones. If I'm using the light ones, then he comes up. But other than that, it's just usually Boral Sword to make a simplified game end right there.
Yeah, no more turns with the trap deck.
And then the side deck, we have Pinkertops and 2 Nib. Pinkertops is almost always going in because the deck I can side out all my cards and then go into an aggro go second deck.
Oh god, yes! Look at all these.
Yeah. So if I'm going second, I just side out all my traps and just side in all these cards.
Board breaking, hand traps, everything.
Yep.
I like it.
And then also these are options too. And then if I'm going first, I put in the Judgment.
Oh snap, spicy! I like it. It's nice.
Because then I'll just have a bunch of counter traps and none of their cards can respond to it because they're all counter traps.
They better have Red Reboot. That's only one of though. Good luck having that. So that's the deck. We want to show that little simple combo, pretty much that you always make.
Yeah. So the main combo is just using Girsu,
pretty much.
So Girsu, and then the one I showed him was with the purple.
Yeah.
So you just normal summon Girsu, and then you activate effect. You're gonna wanna dump Nightmare. So you just dump Nightmare, and then you activate effect. You summon tokens. So you summon your opponent's token center.
Okay, center.
So you summon your opponent's token center, and then you summon your token anywhere.
Yeah, it doesn't
and then
matter.
you link off your token. You make a Link Kribo. And then you make a Galatea. And then here, if you have a Mekk-Knight in hand, and any set, so let's say it's like impermanence, you set the impermanence in that column, you special the purple, affect the purple, banishing purple, so it'll come back later. That's the thing with the deck. You constantly generate pressure on your opponent because the purple always comes back. So if you have a memory, it comes back also. So you special the blue. You get your Girsu for next turn, and then you finally lock yourself into darks. You'll target your Galatea. You'll send your wand. You'll activate the wand, summoning the Nightmare, protecting the Galatea.
It's so
and
sick.
then you're gonna activate the Galatea, returning the wand, setting the crescendo. But in the scenario where you have a Mech Knight, if you want to draw 2, you can draw 2. If you already have this in hand, you could set the return.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna so if you're against Tri Brigade, you make an IP.
Sick.
So because IP will end up nightmaring their monster because they're all ignitions. But most of the time in the blind, I'll go for second Galatea and then Dingirsu. You have the option to send the token. If you know what your opponent's playing and they can take advantage of this, you just get, like if you're against like PK, you can just send it to the grave, or you can leave it there. It's free.
Yeah. Make them deal with the token.
And then that's your board, and then all the rest of the cards in your hand are free because this is a 2-card combo. So like you can just set the rest of your cards, keep the hand traps in your hand. They still have to go through the crescendo, whatever card you set here.
Yeah.
And if it's memory, you get another purple returning, and then you have 2 purples coming back, and you get a Dingirsu.
Yeah, that's sick. And then your engine's just still going because this follow up next turn, and then your engine doesn't stop once this resolves.
Yeah. So you just constantly bring back these cards. You constantly normal summon Girsu. Eventually, your combo's gonna go off.
Yeah.
That's just it's just an eventuality. Like you have plenty of cards to get into it. And just eventually you're gonna get to the combo. Eventually you're gonna make your opponent just like waste resources.
Damn, that's pretty sick. I like this. It's very unique. No one will ever see Divine Wrath coming in 2021. I can guarantee that.
That's true, that's true.
It's crazy. Any shouts you want to give, man?
Shout out to my friend group, Anyone's Game. We're just a bunch of people who play in the Inland Empire. And then shout outs to Dio, of course.
Dio's the plug. Where you at, Dio? Let's go, Dio. Best shop. I'm zooming into your face. Nice smile, baby. Nice smile.
Test, and he's a great guy. And then yeah, shout outs to YGO Omega, the simulator. So like when I'm not here, I'm like up 3 a.m. testing there, testing all night long, and they allow me to do that. There's people always on there testing, and yeah.
That's pretty sick, man.
Shout out to Slim too for.
Oh yeah, you already know.
You already know.
OG,
Yes.
OG right here, OG Slim.
The OG of all OGs.
I am pretty old, but you don't OG after
It makes me feel fancy.
Oh, of course.
Hey man, you gotta make it feel fancy.
All the players,
Yeah.
So yeah, man, that's pretty much about it. Of course, this is recorded pre playing top 16, so he could have got higher, but at the least he got top 16 at the remote YCS.
Hopefully I win.
Hopefully he wins.
Yeah.
Good luck to Cameron. We'll see what happens.
Best deck. Let's go, baby.
Best deck.
Nice best deck.
You already know, guys. Well, congratulations, Cameron, on whatever you get from here on out, and I'm cheering for you, brother.
Thank
Good
you,
luck,
man.